In this lesson, you'll discover the secrets to formatting the contact block on your resume for maximum impact. We'll cover the best phone number, email address, and mailing address to use, as well as the importance of adding a custom LinkedIn URL to your resume. We'll also dive into the proper formatting for the contact block on page 2 of your resume if you have one. By the end of this lesson, you'll have the knowledge and skills to make sure your contact information is presented in the most professional and effective way possible. Let's talk about the contact information on your resume. This is one of the first areas a recruiter or hiring manager will see. It's pretty straightforward and simple, but let's examine the contact block closer. You'll place your full name in big, bold font right at the top. You can choose to left align or center your name. Now, if you have a middle name or a middle initial, you can add that as well. But remember that that's optional, along with listing advanced degrees or certifications. And of course, it's always best to avoid using nicknames. Now, right below your name, you'll place your phone number. Make sure it's a number where you can easily be reached and not a work phone number. Next is your location. This is normally your city, your state, and your zip. This does not include your full street address for security reasons. Remember that identity theft is a big deal, so you need to protect your privacy. Eliminating your street address also cuts down on discriminatory practices. Now, if you're applying for a position in a location other than the one you live in, you can actually remove your city, state, and zip altogether. However, if you're applying for a position locally, leave it in there. Next is your professional email address. Now, if you don't already have an email address with your first and last name or a combination of your first and last name, then create one. You don't want to use an email address that is old or contains slang. And then finally, in the contact block is your custom LinkedIn URL. Now, you'll notice in this example, Sally Smith customized her LinkedIn URL to her first and last name. You should do the same if you haven't already done so. Let me show you an example of a customized LinkedIn URL versus a non-customized LinkedIn URL. Notice in the first example, there's a string of numbers and letters followed by the name. This is LinkedIn's automatic generation of your URL. We don't want this to show on your resume. Now, the second option looks and sounds much better, and that's what we want to display on your resume. When it comes to the second page of your resume, you'll include your name in the top left corner and your phone number or even your email address in the top right corner. So my action step is for you to complete the contact information on your resume.